Welcome to the Brant and Sherry Oddcast, sponsored by America's Christian Credit Union. To order Brant's latest book, Life is Hard, God is Good, Let's Dance, or to find out more about the show, go to BrantHansen.com.
This is a confession, but you said confess and then the earth will swallow up the shame.
You're not going to be judged.
Okay. I started watching this documentary about the WWE. That sounds judgy, Brant. And
okay. Well, I'm sure it's a good documentary.
I made this joke about how the WWE is essentially Hallmark for men. Because there's formulaic things that you do to appeal to a certain idea of a story and all that.
Yeah,
okay. But as I was watching the documentary, not WWE, the documentary, I was like, I found myself leaning in. Like, usually I'll have something on and I'm like, doggone it. That actually is pretty good storytelling. Like, it's all fake. Everybody there knows it's fake.
Yeah.
But the story elements are pretty good.
Well, that's a lot of practice goes into that.
Yeah.
Into the storytelling. Like, they've done millions of shows.
They show the behind the scenes, and I'm always more interested in the creating of a thing than the thing itself. So the behind the scenes of calling those shots, all of those shots and looking and knowing so-and-so's face, go now, so-and-so. And then for me and you, the announcers that have to sell that, because that's really what it is when you're listening, is that watch this fake thing and lose your ever-loving mind about it.
Yeah.
Was unbelievable. Like, they're just like, I can't believe she said, this is the most outrageous thing I've ever said. And I'm like, that is outrageous. And then it's like, Sherry, this is not right. It's...
But I guess I have no respect for WWE.
Right,
but
right.
I would posit that what's the difference between that and the West Wing?
The West Wing.
Or any show, or ER, or like any.
You know what?
It's all fake. It's fake.
That is very, very true. I think that there's an idea that this is supposed to be. I guess you're right. That it's just a show.
You have to willingly suspend disbelief in either case. So I'm hesitant to just go, well, it's fake. You shouldn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
Now.
I used to say that. Maybe that's the problem, is that, well, of course I grew up with it, so that was fantastic.
Well, did you, like me, swear to your mom that it's real?
Yes, and beg to watch it.
I'm so embarrassed.
Because she said,
I still remember it.
I don't like that. And we loved, no, it's real, Mom. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Jimmy Superfly Snuka
we
is
told
coming
her that.
off that top term.
The Sheik is really from Arabia. He just happens to be really good at wrestling, so he's here.
He's here to fight Randy.
Yeah, it was on like Saturday, like 11 or something.
Oh, dude, it was everything. For me and my brother, it was everything. And maybe that's it. Maybe when I'm watching, I'm remembering what it felt like, just that storyline. I'm watching the behind the scenes. I'm watching the story. And you're right. You are right. I never thought of it. There's a writer's room.
Yeah.
Right?
Is it dumb? Yes.
Yes.
It is dumb.
But the storytelling element, I understand if this is something you'd be into, why they got you.
Yeah, okay.
I understand. Right. So I felt embarrassed, like, well, you are really dialing in, but the making of it, because different than the West Wing, this is happening now in front of everyone. Right? So it's not
in front of a crowd.
Yeah, like an arena. And so you're making these decisions in real time.
Yes, it's a live performance.
Yes. Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe that's why I'm like, because it's theatrical, it's theater. And the thing I love about theater is we all have to work together, right? That you cannot say you're a great actor and I have my lines. It doesn't matter. Because if I don't have mine, nobody's going to say he was great. No, we have to create the thing together.
Yeah.
And I love that. And maybe that's part of it. And it's yeah.
Well, it got, when we were kids, there was not the sexualized stuff.
That's very true.
That was just not part of it.
That's very true.
It just...
No, not at all.
Race to the bottom. And it it was still not exactly edifying. Back in our day, they would stop. I was going to joke, but there are like Christian wrestling leagues, or there were. Yeah, they like stop and do a Bible study and stuff. Yeah,
right in the middle.
Because people are into it.
Here
it's
comes Samson.
So I don't know if you saw this. Our friend Matt Munt told me. Did you see the thing with Forrest Frank? And Forrest Frank is just a mega star right now in terms of popularity, and I like his attitude. And
this is contemporary Christian.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's you have to listen to it. It has a lot of hip hop influence to it. And he's tremendously popular, like number one across Apple lists of different things.
Yeah.
But he hurt his back a couple months ago, and then was healed, and he was even explained. Like he was healed. Right. Now he can do stuff on stage again, no pain. He had 2 broken vertebrae.
Wow.
And he showed, here's proof. Here's the x-rays. The doctor's like, what in the world? So while he was hospitalized, and if you're listening to this and you're like, Brant, everybody knows this or something, that's fine. And I may not even get it all right.
I promise you, I don't even know what you're talking about. So
yeah, that's fine.
Everybody does not know.
Yeah, okay, good. Well, then I know slightly more. And he wrote a song called Lemonade. It's not Beyonce's version, but it's still hit number 1 on Spotify charts.
Okay.
And while he was in the hospital. And then God's Got My Back is another song he wrote that hit the charts.
Okay.
So he's writing all these songs from the hospital.
Right.
That are very compelling. I guess people really love them.
Yeah.
And it's about, making lemonade out of tough situations.
Yeah.
And I guess Matthew West and Corey Asbury were independent, they're artists. Did spoof videos. I haven't watched either one.
Okay.
But one was, I think there's a funniness to it.
Okay.
One was Corey Asbury from a hospital bed after he had an elective procedure done. Let me put it that way. And he was talking about how he's not going to let it hold him down. He had a song. And I think what Matthew West did was a song about being stung by a bee and then bouncing back or something. And
all right.
So Forrest took to Instagram and just said, I don't like this.
Okay.
It just feels weird to me. It's like, and some people thought, well, that's being too sensitive. But I didn't. Although I thought the ideas were funny.
Yeah.
Because I like parody.
Of course.
But on the other hand, he's seriously saying, I think God healed me.
Yeah.
And I'd like it not to just be a joke.
Are they friends?
I don't know.
Because that's the thing. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we wouldn't. They may not be. I have no idea.
Okay.
But the response from Corey Asbury and Matthew West, as far as I can tell, was pretty cool.
Okay,
like,
great.
hey, I took that down. Sorry about that.
Oh, okay.
And then Corey's writing a song apparently with Forrest Frank. He collabs with a lot of people.
Right.
And like David Crowder broke his leg recently, so they did a song. They did a song together.
Is this a new genre
all the people that break
from
bones.
the hospital?
It really is.
From the ER worship compilation.
It really is, which is very funny. But honestly, I bring all this up to just say, like, there's a kerfuffle that gets handled well. It's kind of nice.
It is nice.
That's all. It's not.
Is.
I'm not gossiping. I'm trying to say good things about all 3 people involved. And if I'm missing something and you're listening and you're upset, like, well, you didn't see this. We're like, okay, well, I don't need to because I have a good opinion of everybody.
Right, and you'd rather just hold right here. let me hold here, please.
I got enough stuff to be nauseated about.
I'm in a good place.
Like, let me find something. And don't
take this from us.
Willing suspension of disbelief. Don't crash through with something I don't know about. I'll take it.
The sheet's not real. Why? Who was I hurting?
Why? Great. Now you're going to tell me The Undertaker is not actually a mortician or involved in
that
the bereavement field or my friend Doug and I used to go in Houston to
I think he told me this.
Texas Championship Wrestling.
But it was like in a little place.
It was in a small
strip mall?
Kind of, yeah. It was a strip mall,
yeah.
and then it was a building that they used for bingo each day with some other people. It had low fake ceilings, the fake ceiling, quite low, and it had a ceiling fan over the ring where they set up the ring. Now the ring's elevated several feet in the air.
Yeah.
So, and they only had one microphone. And it was some of the funniest. Because it's live, right?
Yes.
These are guys, putting on a show.
Right.
And again, there was no sexualized element to it.
Yeah, which is so unnecessary.
Right, it is unnecessary.
You know what I mean? There was nothing that we looked at when we were kids that thought it needed that.
Well, the hype was great because they only had one microphone.
Right.
So the announcer would have the two of them together before the big fight. It's like, okay, what are you gonna prove? And he hands it to one guy. He's like, I'm gonna knock you down. I'm gonna. Then he politely hands the microphone over to the other guy. He's like, well, I'm gonna blah 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 blah. And he hands it back. Like, okay, guys, well. And I remember one of the guys, they all had, one of the guys was brother Icarus.
Okay.
That was his persona, and he wore like a monk outfit. He was a big guy.
Okay, brother Icarus.
Right.
Okay.
I don't understand. But it was supposed to be like a monastic.
I thought you were going to say wings or something.
No, that'd be, I don't know why Icarus. But the other thing is you can be heard in the crowd. Like the crowd's not that big. There's maybe 100 people there. So I would stand up and object to things that were happening. Because he would do something. I'm like, that's not very Christian of you, brother Icarus. You should stop doing and that would make the crowd laugh.
Oh
but it was just this, it was all, it was like I was taking it so seriously. Like, hey, no, that's not, look out for the ceiling fan.
I don't think this guy's a monk at all.
No, but they literally like pick a guy up and they're like, oh, here's the ceiling fan. Hang on, move over here.
It's the wildest, and I find myself leaning into the actual storytelling.
Yeah, fine.
I think maybe it's more the story of the storytelling of how you're making this.
Right, that's what you're interested in.
Yeah, this big thing happen, and you're calling this in real time to make this show happen, and it's I'm into it. I am. I'm very embarrassed, but I am.
The announcer said, okay, during the intermission, they had a few tables set up. And he said, now Christmas is coming up.
Get out of here!
It's like, we have the souvenir area. Everything, he said it, everything you could ever want or need is over there. And it was like signed Glossies by Brother Icarus or whoever. And we laughed for so long.
Everything you could ever want.
Everything you could ever want or need is gold.
Because this is before the real merch thing, right? So there's no bracelets or...
not much.
Yeah.
Not much. Just Texas All-Star Wrestling. That's what it was.
Texas All-Star Wrestling.
Yeah.
It's a major thing.
And a friend of mine, a kid in my youth group, I taught Sunday school. Sunday school. He had a friend who was like 20.
Okay.
And he was launching his career as a wrestler.
Brant,
he was a totally normal dude. He wasn't big. He was fairly, but he was like trying to come up with a persona. And we went to the first night that he was wrestling.
How'd he do?
It was bad.
Because you have to. That's the other thing.
I amped.
What was his name? You don't remember his name?
I do.
Okay, you don't want to say
it. Was a play on words.
Okay,
yeah,
all right. It's not good.
Yeah, it wasn't a cuss word, but
it's
just bad taste.
Okay.
He managed to thread that needle. Where the fine line, you have to be
really, really intentional.
Bad.
Yeah.
To the point that I would feel uncomfortable saying it, but actually not a cuss word.
Well done.
So,
well, that's a win.
Yeah, I mean, it takes him at least.
Was he a baby face or a heel? I learned those words.
He was trying to be a heel. But he wore like a mask.
Okay.
And like a superhero type outfit, like a.
Okay.
Yeah,
but he was a heel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trying.
The Brant and Sherry Oddcast, sponsored by America's Christian Credit Union. To find out more about the show, go to BrantHansen.com.